Hi, welcome to Creating Your Vision. This is probably my favorite step in the early phases of the work that we do. I really like a lot of this stuff, so it's hard for me to pick just one, but this is one of my favorite things because this is where we really get to be honest with ourselves about the life that we want to create if we give ourselves permission to go after the things that we know will give us fulfillment. In some cases, you may be less clear on what that is, but I want to tell you that as you do more and more of this work, you begin to get clearer and clearer on that vision. So if you feel shaky in certain areas, or you feel like you're not ready to make a decision in a specific area, don't worry. As we go through this work together, we're going to revisit this list over and over again. And as you get more and more authentic in the work that we do together, you'll realize that things that you thought you wanted, maybe you don't want, because that's not really in line with your bigger vision. Is that in line with your bigger vision? And so part of the work that we do in this course is getting authentic, so that when we create this life that we want for ourselves, it's in accordance to what is good for us, what feels fulfilling to us, not what's great for our parents, not what we think we want, right? It's really what we want. And for me, I really didn't know. I knew I wanted to help people, but I didn't really know what that looked like. And I also, it took me time to gain wisdom and to understand how to create everything all together. So allow yourself the time, the space, the compassion. And if you haven't already done so, I want you to put me on pause so that you can download the PDF, because on this PDF, there are 12 buckets, 12 areas that I want you to look at. And are these areas exhaustive? Absolutely not. If you think of an area that you really want to focus on in your life that isn't here, I want you to get really, really clear. It's like, tell me what that is. Put it in the comments. Let my staff know. We are working tirelessly to put more and more tools out there for you guys. So if there's something that you feel that we've missed or we've overlooked, we love feedback. I'm so open to having more and more input from you guys. So excited for you to be here. If you haven't done so, please press pause. Please download it, because it doesn't work without this. And then if you've already done this, I'm clicking through and you'll see that, it says identifying your goals. A lot of the initial work I did was with CEOs or people that work in business or people that needed more concrete tools, concrete words. So don't get thrown. Goals. It could just be, think of it as a bigger vision. What is your bigger vision? So what's your vision for your the spiritual part of your life? I really wanted to learn transcendental meditation. What are the savings goals you might have for yourself? Like, oh, I knew I wanted to buy, property to rent out. And so that's something. And I put down read a book a week. I read a lot for work, and so reading a book a week isn't a lot, but in this case, reading a book towards that is something that's really valuable. Could be a podcast, whatever you have time for. This is not meant to be exhaustive. It's just illustrative. And then partnership goals. Maybe there's someone you want to propose to, but you've been putting it off, or you want to actually get on a dating app, but you haven't felt that you had time. These are the moments. And then professional, like take your sales to X per week or per month, or familial goals, like maybe you want to see your parents more, or maybe it's time to cut cords and see your parents less. It can be anything that you want it to be. And it's really, like I said, it's an accordion. It can expand, it can contract, it can, and what you'll notice is maybe there are areas that you already feel like you tick the box in that area and you feel like I'm good here. Great. That gives you permission to work on other areas that maybe you've been ignoring. I know for myself, I did a lot of work on my professional life, but now I'm really working on more personal endeavors or other things outside of work, right? I'm trying to rebalance my work life. And so all this, that might mean me spending more time on health and well-being and really visualizing and putting things out. And, you know, there might be things you've already worked on, like maybe you're already really great at working out. Great. But maybe you're not the best at self-care, like taking care of yourself or taking a bath or being kind to yourself or saying kind words. I mean, there's always room for us to expand different pieces of our life so that we feel better in our bodies. And that's really what these exercises are about. It's so that we look at our life and we think to ourselves, yeah, we're really living our best life, right? It's not about living anyone else's best life. And that's another part of this. It's like, I want you to really give yourself permission to throw off any social things. Like if you're 28 and you're like, oh God, I'm staring down the, you know, I remember I was turning 30 and I was like, oh my God, I think I should be married at this point. Or not, you know, let's be open. Let's, you know, part of the work we're going to be doing in here is determining, is that what I want for myself, or is that what society's telling me I want for myself? You know, so many of us can get confused. And so this is really an exciting moment. We write this down, and don't worry, if you want to make changes, it's a living document. So feel free, and you guys can ask me any questions or get in touch with us, write in the comments, post whatever you need. We're happy to answer those questions.